Hello, have you heard about a certain young, promising fellow who returned from abroad and the next day he passed away? A tipper driver deliberately risked using his truck to do this. Now, I would like to talk about the deadly consequence of boastful threats. I've found many people in this situation that never knew the consequence of what they are facing was triggered by themselves in one way or the other due to some threat language they use in one way or the other. I'd like to make some example of those threats. Something like, I will take care of you if you do that again. Something like, you will face consequences if you cross my way. Something like, I will hold you accountable if you don't do what I say and will damage your situation. Something like, you'll be in trouble if you don't back off. Something like, I'll take action against you if you don't step up. If you don't shape up, I will take action against you. Something like, you'll be sorry if you mess with me. Something like, I will outdo you and show you who is boss. Something like, you will learn a lesson if you underestimate me. Something like, I will teach you a lesson that you won't soon forget. Something like, you will face the outcome of your action if you don't watch your steps. Something like, if you get close to me, I will use this machete. Lots of negative words. Okay, let me now tell you the strategic story of how boastful threat can cause devastating consequence. Now, a parent's son living abroad had gifted his own parents a tipper truck for building sand uh, business. However, the parent decided to give the truck to another driver for a higher purchase. The driver failed to remit payment as agreed, unbeknownst to the parents that their son returned back to Nigeria, and he decided to confront the driver, the tipper driver. Now, the son cleverly called the tipper driver to supply sand to him in his own house. So when the driver got to his house, the son demanded the key of the tipper from the driver. So he attempted to reclaim the truck from the driver because the driver was unfaithful to remit fund to the parents. So the driver noticing this, he attempted to escape with the truck. So the son, now determined to stop the driver, the tipper man, he quickly ran to stand in front of the tipper and refusing the tipper driver to move away. He stood at his front. So in a shocking turn of event, the driver started the key, summoned up courage, and moved and drove on top of this young guy. At that moment, he just take him off. He just drove on him and ran away. The son was just lying there, lifeless. Before the father heard about that his son arrived in Nigeria yesterday, and he never knew. Today, what brought the news to him that his son is in Nigeria was that his son had already passed away. Now, the driver could do that because in one way or the other, or in time past, he has used some words that gave him that courage to commit such. Those words are very, very. I've talked to lots of persons that I meet on the street. Say, I've tried to talk to them, caution them that this kind of words that you use before everyone, you may not mean it. but you are cooking something that one day it may explode that you don't know. Stop using those words. Some people will hold knife on their hand and they will use negative words of those knife. They will say, if you near me, I will use this knife. If you near me, don't attempt to cross my way. I will use this knife. At that moment, people around there, they said it, but they didn't mean it. But see how things come to play. At that moment, they said it. Don't get close to me. I will use this knife. They will not know that in some days something will tempt them to be faced with challenge that will make them to now practice what they have been saying right since when they were small. There are lots of words, hundreds of words that people use that are very of threats that after they have used it at that moment they won't do anything, but there will be a day will be coming that a very high temptation will a very high amount of temptation will attack them, such like this the one that happened to this young guy through this tipper man. I don't think the tipper man had never thought of, if anything like that happened, this is what he would do. Now, the tipper man had been failing to remit to the parents, and that tipper was given to the parents by the son who lives abroad. He gave the parents money and they bought a tipper just to do tipper sand, building sand business. Now, the parent decided to, the parent was also a tipper driver, but at this time, maybe because of his age, he decided to give this tipper to someone else, another driver, on a higher purchase. Maybe it's a tipper they bought for 35 or 40 million, and now maybe the parent has considered to give it to another driver and someone else for 60 million or 80 million. So according to their agreement, this driver was supposed to be remitting every week, but after some months the driver only remitted in few occasions, but he stopped remitting and he kept on using the tipper without remitting. So the son got to know about it abroad and wasn't happy, was very, very not happy about the situation. So he decided to travel down without even calling his parents. So I'm very sure he wanted to surprise his parents, because his parent may be telling him that he could not retrieve the tipper from the driver. So as soon as he landed in Nigeria, he called the driver to supply him sand the next day. So the driver knew it was the son. He really went to the pit, gathered sand, and supplied to the son. Immediately he got to the son's house, the son decided to retrieve the key of the tipper from him because he has been unfaithful to the parents. I'm sure after that the son will now call the parents and say, "Daddy, I have retrieved the key from the tipper driver." So immediately the son told the tipper driver that key, give it to me. Since you have not been faithful to remit the money for this tipper, I must collect the key from you today. So immediately the driver sensed it, and this is what the son was trying to do. He quickly ran into and climbed the tipper. So when the son detected that, he's helpless, he cannot rush to the tipper because the man has climbed the tipper, maybe probably have locked it. So what he will do, he just risk by going to the front of the tipper and say, "This tipper man will not move. You won't move. Come down and return back the key to me. Come down and return back the key to me. This tipper will not leave here today." So the tipper man started the tipper and drove on the boy. Instantly, everything. You understand what I meant? Ikpai and everything gone. Instantly, he decided to start the tipper and just drove on the boy because the boy was standing in front of the tipper, raising his hand and said, "You will not move today. You will not move today. Come down from the tipper. Come down from the tipper. Come down. You will not move today." So the driver, he started the tipper. He just moved the tipper. He knew that this boy was at the front of the tipper. He knew. He started it. Maybe he was thinking that the boy would jump away. Whether he would jump away or he would not jump away. He just moved on him. Hell, everything just finished. And as he moved on him, he was just going. He didn't even wait to say he see what he has committed. He was just going. So neighbors gathered and saw what happened. They started calling the parents of the boy. That was how the parents got to know that his son was in Nigeria. So the tipper man got half of his way and fled. He left the tipper on the road and fled. That was how I was told the story. The story was told to me by someone who was close to the parents. You see what people could do? I am sure in time past, that tipper man had said to someone or people as he's moving past on the road, "If you stand on my way, I will. If you ever come close to my tipper, this is what I'm going to do. If you ever try to mess up standing on my way," yeah, I'm sure he has used a lot of those language, and today was his temptation. It now happened to him that somebody stood on him and said, "You will not move." Just like Ozeba, just like Balaba don't come. And the man, with that evil mentality that he has built over the years by using negative words, he attempted driving on that guy directly. It was instant. Everything was flat on the ground. You understand what I meant? You see the kind of world we are now in. So it was necessary for me to come and speak on this issue. Now, I do not know about other states. We know how tipper drivers drive their rough driving in the road of Edo State. It's so bad that when you are moving with your vehicle and you hear that tipper is coming at the back, you will even give way much more than you give way to police vehicle that is blowing alarm trying to overtake you. You have to quickly look for somewhere to run to. Now, there was a day I was driving, trying to take my goods to the market. I saw this kind of tipper coming at my back. I heard the sound because when they are coming, you hear they don't obey traffic lights. They don't. Once they see a lot of maybe slow traffic, they will be blowing their horn very, very loudly, blowing their horn for you to flee or run away from the road. Now, when I saw that this tipper was coming, I have to move a bit away from the road. Yet, I saw it was still coming close to me. I left the road entirely. Entirely. That is, I was not moving a bit anymore. I left entirely to the road. I saw the tipper man turning his steering towards me. I still ran. I still tried to move close to the gutter. He crushed some of my plantain and scattered them on the ground. Yet, I was very close to the gutter. The space between me and the side he's supposed to drive, it was very wide. It was over 15 feet. I was surprised that this tipper still drove close to me and crushed some of my plantain. Immediately he did that, he kept on going. They don't stop. So, assuming there is an agency that can curb this in Edo State, I don't know what happened in other states, but I have tried to ask questions. Why are these tipper people driving roughly in this manner? I don't know if they are bigger than the road safety. I don't know if they are bigger than the road safety. I don't know if they are bigger than the. I don't know if they are bigger than the traffic warden. I don't know if they are bigger than the Federal Road Safety Commission. But they don't obey traffic. They drive roughly and they drive with speed, even in public. They drive with speed in public. I don't really know the agency that can stop them. I don't know the agency that can caution them. I don't know if governments can decide to now watch the way or they have a platform that can help the masses, that can save the masses from this sect of people. I have tried to ask people questions. Now, these tipper people, what is really making them to be in a hurry? Whether you are on the road or you are not on the road, they are ready to crush, they are ready to drive past you. They are ready to climb you and just go their way. I have asked some questions. People were now telling me that the contract they carry, sometimes they want to fulfill their promise, or they want to overwork, or maybe in a particular site, they want to supply maybe 10 trips in one day. So they work over the night and they work in the day. So they want to supply many trips only in just one day. Some people said if they supply some amount of trip, then they will some of them will belong to the driver. Some of the trip will now belong to the driver. Maybe that is the way they are making that kind of set of driver, they are making their money. But my caution is this to every tipper driver: to please take it easy with people. Take it easy with those that are using the road with you. Calm down and let's see you as a responsible tipper driver. That's my caution for them. Let's see you as a responsible tipper driver. Let's the habits of a good driver be reflected in you. I don't know the agency that can control this set of people. It is when you see them coming, my brother, my sister, your mind will just fly off. Because the way they will come and pass you, you'll be praying that something will not happen. Sometimes if you see some accident that happen on the road with these people, it always run on people. Not one, not two. When accidents happens, maybe especially on slope, when their brake fails, my God. So if there's anyone that can talk to them, they should caution these people. They should talk to these people. If there's any penalty that will make them to stop it, I just hope those action will be a appropriate thing will be done. But if there is none, I would like to use this medium to caution them to take it easy, because tomorrow there is hope for tomorrow. They should take it easy, because when there is life, there is what? Hope. When there's life, there is hope. So they should take it easy and use the road like other men that are using the road. They should be gentle when they are moving on the road. They should not supply what they know they can't supply at once. So there is always hope for tomorrow. They should take it easy. Thank you very much for participating on this my video. God bless you. Have a nice day. Stay tuned. Stay on my page to watch other of my coming video. God bless you. Bye for now.